Lwami amwera komulobera kafya na bapoints mambumbu aliambaye kwano kwa Bulozi TV yeo yelui kumsakayona ye ki program ya Beyond the Ballot yelo miteza ma candidates bamina kukalala kwa ma councillors mayor kamba luli ma council chairperson manechwalo ni ma MPs bamina kumiteza kuli batambilela kanti zeba misepisa kili kamanyi aside from ma slogan lipina zebanani za miteza nize mchalo zeba misepisa kanti zeba kamiezeza amkaba votela kili kamani kona luna alumitelize program ya Beyond the Ballot mwakona kulubuha fa TopStar Mpwito ya 120 Mwalusaka Chongwe Lufunsa na Lolo Kalabo mane ni mabaka cholo abapani mane cholo ni fa Facebook falike pilalu na la Bulozi TV kona famsa kufamu kona KUFULUHELA mi aluzwela pili ma program yaka cheno kina ya izamaisa kutemba kamiji mi mwa studio anioni nosi ni nani ni ma candidates babeli benka ikambota nivona kuzwelela kwa ward ya Kanyonyo ba makansela baba batakwema fa party ya UPND mane ni Socialist Party mwa studio ninzi ni wo mshoka banji mane cholo ni wo Mr. Tapalo ba squatter sa UPND ni wo Mr. Mshoka banji ba bazwa kwa Socialist Party mmochwani shangwe
itumezi zuye iketie na mchwani
nani ketili amwikeze introduce kwa Sichaba Samina
mabizwa kina Tapalo kansela ya naenzi Mukanyonyo for 5 years minifa inside aspire kunikutele Mukanyonyo kulukone kuzola pinizo upili ilukone kutisa Mukanyonyo itumezi yangu
itumezi lutako mina shangwe
watiri itumezi waterezi komu nutwela kaufela mima bizwa kakutala kina Mwiyaluka Mshoka banji mi kina kansela ya kena mwa kansu after 13th August litumezi yangwe
litumezi na momu ikutwezi abaikeze introduce obona banyi bao kibo Tapalo manechwalo niwo Mshoka banji bao baba ipapata kuli baba emafa fa bukansela kwale kwa Kanyonyo sinamulu zibela kafila luna kuli Kanyonyo kiwadi inzi MONGU Central yeo musanani ni ma problems yao yemseli kufesinga kono sinamuku inezi kuli ma problems aya feli maliza zilili mukono kushimbanga nako kuli ya feli kona zesise kuli lukone kuina ni makandidates amina kacheku kuikambo tanivona kuli balulelele kisi kamanyi sose baka miezeza amkaba votela la 13th August so luka utwa kubona kuli balulelele zozi baka miezeza mi program ye ina ni maruzi ya program ye kikuli kumi na makandidates babeli mukafiwa kolo mukafiwana ko ya 2 minutes ya kwala ba puzo yenkabuza yewe kamifa kolo ya ku itekisa kwa Sichaba Samina number 2 kikuli puzo ni puzo ikashimba ma opening remarks ya mina yakasonala kushimba 2 minutes mi hape puzo ni puzo ikashimba 2 minutes 30 seconds yao yemkalaba mi mutokwa hala to address the issues that are happening not on a personal level but on a ward level since you are representing the ward. Yes. And also the other thing is that you are not allowed to interrupt another person when they are talking. So since all of you mukafiwa kolo yamina mukafiwana ko yamina inzinge debate kono murukalumezanga mangi lukamfana ko ya hai ya ku alava minji hamlumelela ninze bambozi babamu lukamifa kolo ya ku yeza respond asamlaho mi happy. The other rule is that we shouldn't be offensive. We should be mindful with the language that we are going to use with each other. Mi puzo nani ya pili kikuli. Why are you seeking to become a councillor for Kanyonyo ward? And as you are responding to that question, why should residents trust you with their votes? Kana king hamba takuba wo councillor ba Kanyonyo ward. Mi Sichaba Kanyonyo siswanla kumi king haba king zeskaisa kutiba mi votele. Ngakalalani mina wotapalo.
ni bata kuba kansela wakanyonyo wadi wani kali ni bilete ni kale kansela wakanyonyo wadi faten kula 2021 kutamane 2026 ni yani bulela fa le council ibi dissolved kono inside serve as a councillor chwale ni bata kubona kuli kanyonyo wadi izwele pili kanyonyo wadi kola muni piranina mukanyonyo wadi kwinzi bana baka kwipepera kola mubapira kwinzi bahesu kola mubapira so nisichaba sakanyonyo wadi kisichaba sespira mwana ha Zambia so ruwata sezo rupili makanyonyo wadi zeo kola tabe tuna eni bataguli koni kuba kansela makanyonyo wadi ruwata kutisazo rupili mateni.
Okay, puzo yesu wana yata kumina wamshoka banji King zembatera kuba kansela bakanyonyo wadi mi kansi wona so nasichaba sakanyonyo wadi King seo seskaisa kutiba mivotele
nitumeza albo kutemba kapuzo munibuzize mi na kako sekuli kone kuyema mwakanyonyo wadi kikutalimela matata obafita kuona sichaba sakanyonyo wadi antime afa matata obafita kuona sichaba sakanyonyo wadi kona ni tumbozi kuli ni kone kuyemela sichaba sa Yesu ilibona bayizi mwakanyonyo wadi kakuda ni matata amangata uluda ni mwakanyonyo so kona sekuli kone kuyema kakuda ni matata amangata amana ni sulu ni mezi amucholo ni mikwakwa mwali bakazalu na zakanyonyo wadi kona ntoiti sekuli nikone kuyema mwakanyonyo wadi kuli sichaba sikone kuni fakolo ya kuli nikone kubaberekela mwa council nitumeze okutemba
Luitumeza hulu, you've raised a question ya kuli mezi ki problem yewe ba facing abatu bakwa kanyonyo nta kumina bota palo nikakalila ni mina kakuba bene ba mezi squatter sa batu bakwa kanyonyo wadi in the past 5 years basana ni problem ya mezi kana kiskama ngisemka seska abaka mivotera fa ki managers mangi mukavea yao yakaeza kuli mweze improve water and sanitation services mwakanyonyo
sinani Bulezi unalukutaka kwa kwekeza ma project salon tawe ya mezi rieze kaitako mwakanyonyo wadi amukaya mkwakwa wa Athawina Road akapulanga mkafuma utulubeleka eboho fan batu baka mezi amukaya mwa kapulanga market mkafuma ulimezi amatenu beyelekale mi nyabrushini broke kwa mbwaza sanitation rufedize makapulanga market batu baitusa brushini broke erupangeruni then amukaya kwa Lukawina branch kwa simu Norway lubele mezi kwa teni kwa nandi pambu mi anambwa nimi na chwana unani project yetuna yetaha mwakanyonyo fa kitafea kuli rubate move project yeo kambi kuti nosika bati disadvantage kima leaders wabamu traditional leaders wabamu bai kutwa kuti bona kibona bafamu bao ani bula chwana issue ya mezi suruka simu Norway kwani would have been a talk of the past rulani project yetu na hulu so far luseku batafya move kusola kuyiseza so kwana lu batakuti lukute utofeza ma projects alona kwa manaka mezi.
Okay, interesting. Luta kumina bo mshoka banji ki plan manyem nani akuli mweze kata problem ya mezi yale ba facing abatu bakanyonyo
kakukala ni kabulera kuli problem ya mezi iyambala kani kanyonyo wadi kaufela lukabulera sinachwana kuli amukatalimela kwa mkoko village kwale mwa village ruli mwale bwana ni challenge ya mezi yeza kuli ne kuika chenule mwe kwa teni bakutemba mukafumana kuli bandu amezi amasima amukata kwanu kwa Bulugams kwale mukafumana kuli sichaba sinwa mezi amasima sichaba neswane kunwanga mezi amasima kakuina ukaufi ni tolopo chwalo kakuli kanyonyo wadi ki wadi yezi mwa town center mi wadde aizimwa town center aisona kuba nima challenges asona nge amezi bakuli batu banomeza amasima amukazi afate nape kuli mwe fale fa sulu falo kokoti fale mukafumala kuli batu nibona bana nima challenges amezi abana kuba kandi nimezi amukatali fa silundu imboa nibona kafe bana nima challenges amezi abana kuba kandi mezi sulu kona uli kwa imboa banu amezi aiza kuli ayowande so kona batakuli batu chaba sikone kufa vote yabona kune kubeleka ande ndibona kune kuchimbula bwino bwa mezi mwasi bali bakalaona zakanyonyo wati shanga.
Okay, chwale mkakona kubeleka chwani nima local authorities amo cholo nima stakeholders kuli ma project yao ye mkabata kweza implement kuli yaizwe implement kanako kakuli yakubona kuli this is the problem that they are facing and this thing should be done as soon as possible kakuli water being the basic need.
Kabukuswani kabula kuli luka bea mwani bakazezo ni Bulozi lukabea mabohos miya lukabea mabohos ao lukabeleka di ma stakeholders baba mkuli bakone kulutusa lukone kubeyali kazeo mwali bakazeo ze butokwa zo batokwa loli mezi suluna ezo bakazo ni Bulozi zeo kuli sichaba sikone kufumana mezi fabu kaufi kabunolo changwe.
Okay, takumina wotapalo Bulozi kuli ne mkaleka ma project mswana fla kutoekeza kakuli kimina ne baliteni mi kuna ma part singe mu Bulozi kwa mukoko village neni ile kwa teni mi ne Bulozi kuli mezi habanande kana how quick are you going to work with the stakeholders on the ground and the local authorities kubaiteza mezi?
How quick?
Yes, how quick?
How quick? The project is already advanced.
Okay.
Ani ambula chwa ni mina. Luna ni list ya ma projects in terms of water supply. Mwedeli wana mtombe hakainde chilema. One siye kubiyama hand pumps. So weza promote kubiyama water reticulation. So we have a project ya kwa mkoko ya water reticulation. We have a project ya mambo ya water reticulation. We have a project ya kwa forest ya water reticulation. So these projects that I'm outlining now, they are already on the desk. I'll not talk about the stakeholders because we already discussed these stakeholders. So that's why we have to recruit those are happy in my projects around. So as soon as we come back, I'll look at the first project you guys were neon Kiamezi. So at Rubemezi, Mama points any Bulozi. There are numerous to mention. So
okay, kublela kuli mina mwezi kana mafunds yao na ma projects niyo na mafunds ya 10 kalimeze kale lobinji hamkuta ya ma programs ya fitile kale kono mafunds amskaiza kale lobby
akitabe yakweza lobby okutemba akitabe yakweza lobby mtompe hakaende chilema sinamuziva weze increase CDF from 1.6 to 40 million. So 40 million itile so that but why to see some projects ama communities chwale nekeru na bakanyonyo ma projects akita kweza lobby aita afera CDF yatanga every month sata afera lwanga mashere nyani lwasa kama projects alone. So isha kweza lobby ayu faten because we have the father who is providing the funds for development. So the question here lobbying is not there, funds are there.
Okay, interesting, Yali. So This is what we're talking about right here on Bulozi TV. Luikambota nima leaders wamina kutwa kuli kanti nek amka yachoka kwa votela kam 13th August. Zwa misepisa kili kamangi zeo zeba mishimbezi zeba kamiezeza amka wavotela amka wema office mwali kutuwa miemela kwa council kanti zeba kamiezeza kis kamani maplan zeba nani kumina kiafi. And we continue, we go to security and drug abuse. As we all know to say, MONGU, the rate of junkies has gone high. Lunanima junkie MONGU and kanyonyo bin wajenzi mwa town. Kana, what are some specific intervention would you champion to address the problem of junkies in your ward?
We are already ahead of that. In fact, my first project, or I would say our first project, when we took office in 2021, nilikuwa ensure security is intensified. So, lukonele kufereza police post ya Kanyonyo. That was our first project, and it was done so hurriedly. Lukonele kuweza reduce fataba ya junkies. Chwale kacheno ya mga ya kwa court kwani wakutemba ndimo ya kwa court kwani kwa subordinate court mungu hauti makesi za mangata kwa teni kwani azwe ya Kanyonyo police post. So yani bwani mina pona chwana fat desk ya CDF committee kwani project ya kweza expand Kanyonyo police post. That's why we are saying to recruit to project salon. Then apart from that wakutemba Kanyonyo is the only ward MONGU Central constituency. Through our tenure, during our tenure, yeko nileko introduce bail. Kuli 21 hours aikwana, there is sound the warning bail. 22 hours aikwana, there is sound the final bail. To ensure kuli junkies, baske baza makana koyani. Then apart from that, we formulate ma neighborhood watches. Una neighborhood watch Magaplanga, una neighborhood watch kwa Rubosi, una neighborhood watch kwa bazwaba wa Socialist Party kwa Mkoko. So these are the measures kapa interventions yeru ezize kuli majanki wasikabaten. Then in addition una ni plot yeru eze secure kwa Simonoloi, because we are looking at the distance. Simuloloi to Kanyonyo, where we have a police post, stretch a distance get area hole. So we have secured the plot file. We have police post 10. So we are ahead of the things. So I looked at
Interesting. Mwenye kutwezi kuma candidates wamina milo zola pili luta kumina wamshoko anji. Same question. Kana, what are the specific intervention would you champion to address the problem of junkies in the area that you are aspiring to stand?
Toya pili yoni kambrela bukutemba kyakoli mwaka Nyonyo ward lunanima junkie babangata babakataza sumwa mwa town ya Luna. Toya pili iruka batakuberekera fateni aruka kena mwa council kiyakoli lubata kulubeni ma police post amabeli oluka toma lubata kuli police post yale banga mwa town yene bizwanga Kalemon police post yale batakuli kute ibeteni mikone kulutusanga kwa kuweza kwa kusileleza sichaba suru kwa kukansiu suru mwa town center kuzwa fo ape luka yape kwale kwa Simonoloi gakuli kwa Simonoloi nikona kuna ni population yengata miru katwa kuli lyobe yako teni police post yape ekalo tusa ape kona kufeza bukebenga kwa Sibakasani akuzwa fateni luka batakuli lu eze introduce something like inge tuma tournaments mwali bakaze shutana ze so that bale banana bale babazubanga rukwa ni kweza ze mze maswe bakone kuambuka bakone kubani nako ingata ya kweza ya kufupana ya kwali papali za maudu zesu wanenge bola kupange tuma tournaments toma banana bale beza kuli baba mwali bakaze shutana mu ma communities moluzwa kuli bakone kuambuka likaze maso zekola esonenge machwala ni kwa ichwalo.
Okay, interesting. Tavestava from Sweli faku fakubatiseza kwa teni za kweza. Me talking about finding something for them to do. Would you support rehabilitation programs and stricter law enforcement or community policing intervention? Kana mkona kweza support kuli mutse kwa teni ma rehabilitation na program yala kweza kuli njimutu winzaulu useli wazuva hulu kamba wanu ahulu buchwala program ya kuli baya kwale baba eleza kuli bakute mwanomo mwakona kweza support ma program yao manechwalo ni mlao wo utile kwa teni wakuli mutu afosa basamufa punishment yeo anakukutela kateni.
Anikali ni ma programs za lokaiza support kakuli ma rehabilitation ni centers kapa facilities kapa mbulelezi lukato kwa kuli kambe batu wale beza kuli bale lukabata batu bakeza nga identify bana bale abona kuli bona bazuba uru beza uru kazaize kola kuba beza uru kazaize masukuli kuna kuba inga amo kubakupa namu batu wale bakona kueleziwa kakwa manani bumaswe bali kaze kola swalo za
Luitumeza takumi na vota palo same question kana would you support rehabilitation programs and stricter law enforcement or community policing intervention in your words?
Zoka fiago the at the moment this is what we are doing. So I can even mention names of police officers who are helping us with policing. Rabizanga banana with if you could be allowed nikabulela mabizo ama police officers about tusa. So we are doing that already. Then we are also supporting sport as one of the intervention ya kwela dita banana kweza ikeza engage mwa illicit behavior.
Okay.
Ya junkies. Like images, lufile banana, several clubs of my images. Mi fapatero yala paraka muka ya paten. Kulani field, there's a playing field. Images over like banana. They are playing every evening. Even today, if so wish. Wana kulipotera ufani ya umla wa sugar company one. Mukafuma with field kiwa baso advisor. So yes, I would say yes. Just to continue, otherwise we are already doing what you're asking us to do.
Okay, interesting. And we move forward. You talked about having one police post in the area, right? If I got you right. So in Kanyonyo we have one police post. And my question is, how would you advocate for improved policing and law enforcement services in Kanyonyo Ward, or how would you advocate? Would you advocate maybe for another police post, and why?
You was good to learn police post Kanyonyo, Ilim, but that's not enough because Kanyonyo is so vast and big. Charlie, I went further to say, Kwasi Munoloi. We have secured a plot already. Koloka ya police post yem. Then we would also want to advocate for more staffing. And we made applications kwa police commanding kuli. By the increase police staff faka nyonyo police post. Because this is the police post that's already existing. Kuli balufe. And in response, I would say, Barwara Vile Hande, by the increase, by the Watima police officers. So, Kafroza Maila for. Lwaya police post him, kwa Simunoroi. Then he Rakupa Pokola Babangata, Masubaka Saluna. Kuliba Mazama Gusiu, not Kalimota, Konogama out. Kulibakoniko is my patrols, night patrols. So, this is what we are doing. Okutemba already. That's why we are saying what are wake is a fair Zingu Butela. Now we are already there. But how to wake is it?
Okay, mwikutwezi kwa team kwekeza. We move forward look at Kumina Mshoka Manji. How would you advocate for improved policing and law enforcement services in Kanyonyo ward?
Let me say this. In Kanyonyo ward, you would find that okay, let me just put it in this way. As for now, the officers, rather the police officers, in Kanyonyo ward, you would find that when they are doing their patrols, they would patrol the town maybe around 22 hours. Then by 24 to 01, there are no officers by the town. So I think for me, as I'm going to be voted into council, we'll come up with a proper program on how those officers will be operating, especially in terms of offering security to the people of Kanyonyo, so that if the first group goes in around maybe 22, the other group can even come in maybe around 24 to 01, so that because these junkies, they know that the time when officers are in our towns doing their patrols. So we are going to make sure that we come up with a system on how we can combat these cases of junkies. Thank you.
Okay, interesting. And Mr. Tapalo, I come to you with the introduction. 24/7 businesses operating 24/7. What measures are you putting in place, or since you were already there and introduce my businesses running at 24/7, you're already there, like what measures in terms of security reason have you put in place, or are you going to put in place?
I'll continue saying to Naraikeza Fela.
What measures?
We have already looked into that. So, Uktemba, I can safely tell you, street lights, what town Yarunamo? You know, Kanyonyo is the hub of MONGU district.
Yes.
The Independence Avenue, that road that runs from roundabout up to the airport, we'll put street lights there. This is so with a view of taking care of our security, you know. Then Chitimuku Road, if you are so conversant with MONGU town, this is the road years of junction IPG. Kuyamane kwa mula wa Inasiba, you know that road, eh? Yeto joina Livonda Road, not Livonda Road, but the road here Kwaliwanika, these are my robots. So, my road avenue area, these are major roads Makanyonyo ward. Street lights, anywhere are at a stage of procurement. My bidders, my contractors are bidding. So this is the biggest measure. Yelubea, Bagansakuli, Lulemurekuli, my hours are very increased. Then apart from that, Nibules faculty, Lukupile ma police officers. Kulibatae kabunga tamaka nyonyo. Then we have also, like I said earlier on, Lukoneko is a form, neighborhood watches. You know, all these measures are targeting at ensuring that security is intensified. So this is what we are doing, or this is what we have done so far. So in the next 2-3 months, our Kanyonyo ward will be lit with the street lights.
Interesting.
We are there. You know, to make programs, you can only make programs when the resources are there. So now we have already provided resources. We have police officers in good numbers. So we are there.
Okay, luta kumina wamshoka wanji, what measures will you put in place kuwana kulika kuliwaize introduce 24 hours trading for security reason kubona kuli babale kisani bale mana batakwa kuleka busiu bainzi safe.
Okutemba sina ani kulezi chono mfakuli yo introduction ya 24 hours trading luna alukeda mwa kanso lubata kutobona kuli na kukaufu mapokola bateni na kukaufela kakuli mapokola bakabana kukaufela mwali bakazeze election ziswana nge ma markets ma shops azimwa town yale akuba ni mapokola na kukaufela mkafumana kuli nekeri bukebenga kapa mashori abana kufumane ateni nikamro yachwana kuli abukaya kapwali bakaziswana nge za imboa kwa mula wa town kwale mukafumana kuli batu mashopu ona zaba iskole ba uzozwanga kakuli kingi mapokola nakwebeza nga operate sinani bulesa fa pili kuli mapokola nakwebeza nga operate yale bale mashori bale bazibanga nako kuli fa mapokola basaliyo mwa system keleba kuta kwa station yabona so lukabata kuli mapokola bafupana yange 10 nako kaufela 24 hours 24/7 mapokola busana kubanga 10 kakuli since it is a 24 hours trading antoyo yebero kimuso kola kuduka bata kuli mapokola babange 10 kuli bakone kukusufaza bukebenga bakone kukusufaza bushori mim amocholo bakone kukusufaza ni cases amweli wanga kakuna takiwa kibana na baba bizwa junkies itumeza okutemba.
Okay, lui tumeza hulu museli mwa hatu kiso program ya Beyond the Ballot yeo baiteleli bamina babaseli kuipapata watakumina kutokupa ma votes kuli mubavotele come 13th August bami bulelela zeo zibaka miezeza amka bavotela kakuli sina monsepela amswalinifa kuvotela lipina kamba manezo zeza kono msala kuvotela kuutwa zeo zibaka mizo kulibaka miezeza sikamanyi hamka bavotela kona kache kuma studio aninzi nibo Mr. Tapalo baba papata kuyema fa abo nimkambale kuli aspiring candidate va UPND baba ema mwa kanyonyo fa ma UPND fabu kansela mi chwalo ni bomshoka bandi muyaluka this was the name anyway ni bomshoka bandi muyaluka baba ema fa socialist party kwale kwa kanyonyo mi sasa kanyonyo ki program ya mna msonla ko wakuli mukone ko ikutwa kulikanti malidas bamina ziba mishimbezi kizifi. Moving forward, water palon takumina. In Kanyonyo ward, you said that yourself say Kanyonyo ward is big and its vast is one of the ward yale here in the Mwa town. And it's so unfortunate that they still have poor feeder roads. So what are you going to do to make sure that the road network in Kanyonyo ward is improved?
I'll keep repeating the same thing. Say, unakwekeza fera. So, talking about mafida roads Makanyonyo, wanafanya ni project ya panga mkwako wozwela fa airport kuya wasimunoloi all the time kagoli yani kona area yona kuti it's underdeveloped Makanyonyo chwale mkwako wo is funded fully anambola chwana fa it's fully funded ni fuel ibileka ya procured gravel ya kutusamu kwa kafani has already been purchased. So those ways are finally it's moving machines as you wanna require kwa sio kubeleka kuli atahe atoka kubeleka famu kwa koni bulela yo wasimunoloi. Then by next week baka kugreda mkwako wani unakwekeza fela then runani mkwakwa wozwela kwa mazima woshetu mkakuya kwa mkoko kwa pila bo omushoka banji mkwakwa woni wona it's a project that has been approved. Uzama ya ni bridge ya mkoko. So bridge yero ya hile alugo ya chwana. Nibo nabai tusayona ba. Nuruko pane koma swabi. Kuno buruka mwana volona. Trouble ni rubanga niona ya nyakuli. Esikusilamila hapo. It's no longer there. So unakuwekeza fera. Chwale lubata lukute so that HH our parent akainde chilema. Our beloved Republican president mobilize increase CDF chwan. Nifaba kaikeza CDF. We want to make Kanyonyo a town on its own. So Mafida Roads is one of the priority, but as a starting point, by next week was a grading kwa Wasimunoroi. So yeah, we are there.
Okay, so mubulezi kuli mweza prioritize mkwakoya kwa Simunoroi. But let's talk about mkwakwa kwa mubulezi kwa baina bonto kwa Mkoko village. The last time I went to Mkoko village nwaseli kubilela kamkwakwa wale kakuli kufumani akuli mane limota kwa lekuona as fiti. Mibaima kakuli spatela saba spatela sisa. Sorry, Samomwa town. Ichwale bonabo. How about those ones? Is it because of limited resources that you can't take all the projects at once?
No, that's not the issue. Niwezi kuli mkwakwa Oya, it's been tied to the Kimazima Road. We even have the title for that road. It's Mazima Road. Oya, Mkoko. So Mkoko wani ki project limu ni bridge. Yeru ya hile yani. So the only challenge yeru nani kuli, the community itself is still deciding where to put the road. Baba bulako ti Mkwakwa ufite mwa fence ya cheche ya SDA yani. Then the other group of the community is saying ufitelekwa. But if we were provided with the exact place mufita Mkwakwa, ani bulachwana nikaza Melamoni bridge yani. So that road is also a done project.
Okay, Luta Hakumina Bomshoka Wanji, what are your plans for improving feeder roads in Kanyonyo Ward?
My plans, Madam Kutemba, for improving the feeder roads are as follows. We want to. I want to put gravel roads in places like Kaplanga. Kaplanga, we have to put gravel road there, or we'll put gravel road there rather, and also Mkoko School. Mkoko School, there's poor road network there, especially coming from ZNS offices there, as you are heading towards Suruloko Court there, where my brother stays.
Okay.
Yeah. I also want to put a gravel road there.
Interesting.
Yeah. That will go up to the main in Mulunga Road. Yes. So we want to put a gravel there where my big man stays there, Mr. Dapalo, so that we can improve our road networks in our ward. And in addition to that, I also want to put gravel. We also want to put gravel loads in Mbo area. There's too much sand in Mbo. Mbo having been the old compound in Kanyonyo Ward. So we want also to put gravel there so that we can also have good road network in Mbo. Apika kwegeza fate ni Kutemba kikuli. Kurani liba kadeso na inge kwa rubosi kwale. Niko no sona kweza kusona kubata kuweze kuteni grade ande nini. Kuli mikwa kwa watu wakone kufita ande nini. Aba ya kwali bakazabona mi aba ya mwa town kwa misebezi yabona. kapaba yakwali bakaze shutana kusona kubona kuli libakaze zabe wandi ndimi kwakwa sina kuba kanyonyo wadi kakusina kuba sina kanyonyo wadi kakuba wadi is mwa town center kakuli kanyonyo wadi ki wadi ne sona kuba wadi za kuli neke mutu apita mwa 10 kachenule waye mamane wa ikumbuta kuli bati uli kanyonyo ki wadi is mwa town center lodi. So luna alukena mwa council ubata kubona kuli libakaze desona sina bosulu silundu simonolu ikaplanga mboo mukoko skolo mukoko village luwos area lwabyama gravel roads so that batu baluna bakone kufita hande ndaba yakwa misebezi yabona kakuli kubanga alo ni mushabati wakutemba mwali bakaza unazeza kanyonyo wadi chole aluka bamwa council abakalufa vote sichaba kanyonyo wadi lubata kubaberekela kune kuchimbula mikwakwa yalo na hizo makanyonyo
tumeza hulu mi in terms of limited resources kanti mukaweza prioritize mikwakwa yawe mukabona yembona kuli yeyo nakyo neswanela kukalela lulika kuli inza important kufite mukona kukalela ifichwalo
mikwakwa yeruka kalela lukakala kamukwakwa wa simonolwi kakuli ba simonolwi nibona baiza disadvantaged lebakala kuli mukwakwa kwala kuna ni shabati yawo kwa simonolwi kwa chole lukakala pini ba simonolwi ikulu babere mukwakwa wakuli bakone kuzama yangande kuzwa kwali bakazabona kutamwa pa town tweza business zabona kuya kwa msebezi yabona so lukakala pili kamukwakwa simonolwi kona cholo lukatamwa kutopanga ma gravel road mwaka planga.
Okay, litumeza ulo nako aisali nilo nako no luka mata hainya nikuli lukone kufeza ma questions nani. Let's talk about CDF, the elephant in the room. Sinamolo wonezi kuli minamwa ya mwakanso kona kutahanga CDF yona Constituency Development Fund ya mashelenyi ya itusisiwa hanga takama kwa grants kwa hami kwa mane nize mchwalo. Chwale puzo ya kakalani mina wo tapalo. How would you ensure that Kanyonyo Ward benefits fully from the Constituency Development Fund?
Thanks so much. Nisikala wakale puzo ya mina yo. Mwanti niambole patava ya mkwa kwa simu noloi.
No, okay.
Mkwa bata ukalela wa. Unaluweze kale fund. Project yeka next week.
Okay.
So, how we can ensure that people of Kanyonyo benefit from CDF? That was the question, right?
Yes.
Sese langa kise HH Mtompe HH where they introduce the mental approach, which is different from the past. Because in the past, what used to happen was, Luna as leaders, civic leaders, would impose projects kwa watu.
Okay.
So in UPND administration, New Dawn administration, that approach has been replaced by bottom-up kind of approach. So we go to the community. That's why there are WDCs. My communities ikiona iza initiate my projects. Aba batakuta aiziwe bali bakazabona. For instance, inge mapija ruzero ambola. These are project, initiated projects. I mean, community initiated projects. Charlie, we now ensure as community, I'll be part of the community because I'm a part of the community already.
Yes.
We ensure banana, our children, both manama bursaries, boarding school bursaries. Then both mana skills bursaries. And we have done this already. And Kanyonyo is number one ward in MONGU Central that has benefited from these two components of CDF. Then we also ensure that our women and youths by the benefit kwa empowerment, because this is also a component ya CDF. And Kanyonyo, as I speak, is number one word is benefit kwa CDF, kwa empowerment ya youths and women, grants and loans. Then you also ensure kuli capital projects ingerwambola fa capital projects are initiated yani. For example, unani clinic kapa hospital kwa simunoloi yevira approved. So we ensure that all council man we talk about those projects so that bakanyonyo bakone kweza benefit. So that's how we make sure that Kanyonyo ward benefits from CDF.
Okay, and how will you promote transparency and prevent misuse of CDF resources? Because sometimes people tend to misuse these resources. Let me talk about, for example, grants ni loans. Ungata watu wasiriweza mistake ma grants ni loans. Mfumani kutawaka shimba loans, babula kutikima shilingi amuzo. Abakutisi. So how will you ensure that there is transparency and there is no misuse of CDF?
Council, as I speak, under the Department of Housing, is doing a great work. Yes, sensitize my communities around. In Kanyonyo, in May, never visited all those who benefited from grants, grant beneficiaries. Kuwaviza kafera, nikuwa is educate with this money. It's not money akuli mwikabela. Kunikima shenya akuli mwitu se so that mkono kweza improve upiro wa mina. It's a seed in short. So the seed has to grow. So council is sensitized by engaging the community. Then council ape yaya ngafama radios. See, kweza disseminate some information in terms of sensitization regarding loans and grants. Nina kuba councillor. I've been doing this. Navizanga my communities gafera. We educate them. Loans, this is the man that should use and pay back. Grants, this is the man that you should use so that it grows. So this is how we ensure this money or this fund is not misused.
Okay, thank you very much. Nota kumina bomshoka banji. Kubulela kwa yikambo tafa Constituency Development Fund yona CDF yombulaka kuli. Mungata watu wazo kuti CDF kimota efitanga yale. Yengozi CDF. Chole puzo ya kakumina kikuli. How would you ensure that Kanyonyo ward benefits fully from the Constituency Development Fund?
Shangwe, wati ritumezi Oktemba. Kane kuya CDF. Nikakulea chwana kuli. Pungata basichaba mwali bakamuluzwamo mukafumana kuli taba ya CDF pungata babona abazibi ku CDF kisikamani loli ni mane baba mukafumana kuli basupa mota amapokola kuli kona CDF ngoni CDF abazibi kuli CDF ntwale kikura nikapene kakuzuseza pili libakazaluna mi luna luka kena mwakanso kapanani kena mwakanso chwana nibata kuli lubelekisane amoni sichaba saluna kuli lubeni tulikwata totukaiza kuli silimose watu wabaiza benefit kwa kalo either ya CDF loans kapa magrants kuli alu pangari kwa tazeleza kuli kamutala nikamfa mutala kuli let's say kuli wasimono oloi lwabata tukwata kwale tutuweza kutweza benefit kwa CDF loans ni kwa magrant yeo ki let's say ki this year, then meaning hape the other year hape alibakaze mwapi nacholo wabatari kwa tazekeza kudizo na zaiza benefit so that anzelo zama ya mwa 5 years yoluka abateni mwa council luskelo abani sichaba seska kala kubiela kuli no runalo skafu mana CDF no runalo ni musire no runalo mulubere kwa waya yakuli previously mane mukulange mukaniswaila kubulaya choro previously nikufumana yakuli CDF loans ingena lori na nenkena is apply for CDF loans kono hakuna zezalile lunalima cooperatives ono lupangire aiza kuli they were just neglected just like that. Mi batu bene bashimba ama CDF loans yao kiwa tubeza kuli batu basona bene bakuta kutelanga fela. Mabona, that money is meant for each and every Zambian to benefit, not the same individuals to be benefiting the same CDF loans. But mashare ngala sona kweza wa benefit kimangi ni mangi mwaka nyonyo wadu sona kweza benefit kwa CDF, either CDF loans or my grants. Kakuli kimani asichaba, that money is for Zambian people, not for few individuals. So lubata kuluramuke na makaso chona kuli CDF ikona kufita kumangi ni mangi lubata kuli mangi kube mwanana kube omulu bazibe kuli CDF luli yabeleka mikakwekeza okutemba CDF lubata kubona kuli lwa isabana banana kwali kolo bala baiza kuli abakone kuitifera kwali kolo lusona kuli banana bale kono kubaisa kwali kolo kokusona ngefa mungu trade shwala fale kwa ni skills obaiza offer fa mungu trades kono nikambira chona kuli bokutemba kuli CDF yesamba kwaela kuli CDF yekerizwe akuna kwa sababu soni pila kwale kakusapuma akuna banana bono kwile kuli babe bile empowered kapa bile sponsored under CDF kwa fa mungu trades kuli kachilo nayo kuli mwe fa mungu trades pale bokutemba mukafumana kuli 80% yabana na baisfale fa mungu trades they are from Nalikwanda kwani bakaze za kwa ulezale but Mungu Central to be particular there are very few individuals who have benefited from CDF loans or bursaries. There are very few akuna chelo kunalukina makaso chona lwata kuli CDF ikona kufita kumangi ni mangi CDF ikone kuchimbula wino wasichaba sakanyonyo wati nitumezi wakutemba
Mlitumeza ulo mi pozo yaka ya mafilelezo kuboza CDF kikuli how will you promote transparency and prevent misuse of CDFs na mumlelezi kuli kuna ni watu wena seri kukutakela CDF kia mangi kono kuna ni wabamu wena seri kukutakela kana mkaizwa ni prevent likazeswa na uzo kutizikeza kutela fateni
mulka iza luka iza kuli wabatu wale likuataza zoluka ngola kuli zoluka bule zeka batu wale bakapangari kwatazale mwali bakazeshtora chura makanyonyo wandi bakabe bakalutiwanga pili basikafu wakale masherenyale bakalutiwanga butoko ba masherenyale makwitusiza masherenyale inge basikamwela kale basikamweli wakale kulutwali business chwalo kuli batu wale bakatwa mwela masherenyale bazo mukwabirikiza masherenyale shangwe.
Okay, nako ayo niluna kakufeleleza nikamifakolo ya kuitekisa kwa tuamina kono. Before that, nikakala nimi na wotapalo, what role can a counselor, minaka counselor, play in improving healthcare delivery in Kanyonyo ward?
Thanks so much kwa puzeo. Kono ni watakupachoa nanguli. Ni skala bapuzeo ni pange comment for previous question. My brother omushoka banji bagola kuti batu bakutakera batu baswana. See, that's not possible. Bagula falika kuti maybe that's what he thinks, but it's not possible.
So like because offer checks and balances
because mechanism is set in place. You cannot apply 2 times. System yako eza depict. Then you are disqualified. So ayo. Then tawe yakuti kwa pila. Hakuna baenze benefit. Kiwonde babo swani ba. Why is Mutinta the daughter to Swani? Why is she? She's a beneficiary. Wins kwa mansa. Under the genius CDF very clear. I would go on for my examples, but I just thought of a practical example. Yamova Pila. This one is his neighbor. Manabo na Mutinta. Wins kwa mansa uachwan. She's benefiting ma CDF. So kulibabule kuti kubazwela kwani. Hakuna ma beneficiaries. They are there. They are there. So I wouldn't want to get into details, but I just wanted to highlight on that one. Then
okay, before you answer this question, I'll come to you, Mr. Mshokalanji. Do you have, or do you want to respond to him, or we continue?
But before response, you have given him the floor to respond. But
okay.
Before respond, let me exhaust my thought.
Okay.
Then kuna transparency. Transparency. What we are doing is, if we have given my clubs have been funded, right? Si malisi azwanga. Ayanga nifa Facebook, babonanga batu kafera. Even more phone yaka mo. See there. Before even the council announces kubabiza abantu bana. Batu kibalizwa ka media bile. Then kwa council kwani bapayeka nga list ama beneficiaries. So this is the measure in terms of that we have taken in terms of transparency. So as a councillor, how would I ensure that
what role can you play in improving healthcare delivery in Kanyonyo?
Yeo nikayalaba kuli neza promote vupilo. So in my little resources, I'll ensure kuli napanga my water points, so that because without water it can't be healthy.
Exactly.
You know. Then the other thing, we take patrols kubona how clean is our environment. So where I find that there's dirt, I report kwa council so that by the correct masirani azwe. So this is a role that I can play as a councillor to ensure that there is cleanness in our location or in our community.
Okay, thank you very much. What role can a councillor play in improving healthcare delivery in Kanyonyo Ward?
In Kanyonyo Ward, nitumeza okutemba kana irina Mshokalanji. Tabaika bateni ikoli aluka kena makansolona lubata kuli luzusema sila aizi mwa market salona nikambre achwana bokutemba kule amukaya kachenule fa planga market. Amukafta paka planga market fale opposite police post yale kuna ni garbage engata isfale mi garbage yale isona kuzwanga asona kubanga ni garbage mwamukwa kwa cholo mwale kakuli mto garbage yale tokola kuli kambe yazwanga fale miruka lunaruka ya mwakanso lubata kuli garbage yale isikia banga fateni fale batu basike bambelanga bateni garbage fale lukabata sivaka koko kwa yumirwanga garbage yale isfale yale mana luka is improvise ili let's say something like bins, like where people will be throwing their litters from the same bin, then back cancel bona bata batweza correct ma bins into garbage yale bebimbera somewhere kakuli makaplanga kuna ni masila hao then luatape kwa black market. Bokutemba nikambewa chona kuli amukana neke kwa black market. Kuli miyokena mama toilets oba tusaba ba market. You would find that even the water they use, they're using a container. You fetch some water, then after using the toilet, then you, which is not acceptable, which is not supposed to be to be done. Kakuli, my toilets are among markets. Those toilets were supposed to be flushable toilets. Kakuli, my toilets are amkaya tanks for him. Now, what are those tanks for? My tanks are, that's what kubanga ni mezi, so that if someone uses the toilet, it has to flush, not kukamezi to sela. Meaning it was in danger upilwa babatu na market yazi baruna. So unabata kuli moro tela makazo chwana, we put measures on how to lubata kuli utopanga mane lubata kuli mama toilets yale, so that they can be freshable toilets than the way how they are as for now. Ni amukaya mwa black market ani bulela sfa ba black market abana pompi surubale bali tapi bale, they don't have a tap, abana pompi amukaya kule kwa restaurant kwa mwana kuli akubona lande kulokona kuba iza za kucha kwale solo nalubata kula aluka ya mwakanso lu making sure kuli libakazani kokwezizo za kucha kwa batoto hygiene kakuli kulokole kuwezizo za kucha lubata kuli likazale lukakobanga ninako yakopa nanga ni batu balona rai kambota mulko na kuchincheza libakazani nazali kuba pela mahobe kuzwafo hape lubata kuli mwasi bakasibizwa nge mukoko village lubata kubabera ka clinic mwale kakuli bayima mwale kubabelanga lutata kuli mwima kone kuzusuwa mwale aye kwali wanikaka pakwa falioero fale mulalo asouzuwile chelo bata kuli aluka kena mwakanso lu making sure kuli libakaze sonenge mukoko lwababera clinic nasepa kona foni fereza fu okutemba.
Okay, na kwa isalina sina mombo nizvalulela kutilufeze. In 1 minute, Mr. Tapalo, why should people vote for you instead of Mr. Mshokawanje?
Nikupa watu wakanyonyo kuti walivotele kakuli ali ntima 2021. What is there today was not there. Lukonile ya bridge ya Mukoko, because we promised people wa Mukoko lukamia hera bridge, so we have built them a bridge. Lukonile ya market shelter ya green market, because we had promised them, so lubafile market shelter yani. Then we also promised watu wakapulanga kulukamia hera market, lubafile yona. We promised watu ba simunoro imkwako kiwani mkwako waya, so lubata wanibotele so that lukone kuyoya hospital yakwa simunoro ilwe ifeza, because that's my project watanwe fereza ni bata wanibotele so that nyoya skolo sakwa simunoro, because that's my project also. Ni bata wanibotele kuli nyoya clinic yeah, I was with Mshokawanje. It's also on the desk. This is mother shelter, Mamkoko. Then ni watapi wanibotele so that luweze implement taweni buleza ma street lights saluna. Ni watapi wanibotele so that wanabaluna lukone kwetu kanyonyo has got a lot of children. Luwata balana bani bakone kuzura pili chwalo kweza ateni mabatteries, both boarding and skills batteries. So what a continuation ya ma projects kakunikone kwa feza kapalu na bayu PND kulukone kwa feza afite kwa sichava kakuli aluka siafa hali baba batakutokala batoka fa scratch luna so rinse kwanya so batarekeze fya swa kutamulao so lukupa batu wakanyonyo kuli bakone kulubotera la 2013. Then the most and the important issue iguli abakabotera Omushokawanje kusiyana. Omushokawanje abana bundatawona na bundati wechechi Omushokawanje abana bundatawona CDF ye it is a KHH, so HH will not be happy to work with mwana okusiri kusiya mwana haye, so watu wakanyonyo wakanyanda. So to avoid that watu wakanyonyo banivote so that lweze match luzamalele lweze deliver ma developmental projects, lweze deliver ma desks because akanyonyo ka fail our children kale before we took over office na baina fast kachonole banana so baina ma desks. The grand project for Mukoko Stua Sizwile classroom yani, it is funded, so that's my project also, but always continue. Then apart from that from MONGU Primary School, there's a very big project at secondary school here at That's our project. What the refer is, because it doesn't have a father. So that's why we are going Lueke is my project, Saruna. When to Kuswa, otherwise I would go on and on.
Anyway, time is not on our side. Mr. Mshokabanji, but looking about why should people vote for you instead of re-electing Mr. Tapalo?
The reason why people should vote for me is that I want, because my brother here, Mr. Tapalo, even himself, he knows that in the 4 years he has served for Kanyonyo, there's nothing that he has done. So that's why I want people of Kanyonyo to vote for me, to vote for fresh leadership, fresh minds. Kakuli amukatalimela bokutemba ma project yawo baka batakwe babulele kachenule bomukulu wange fakuli. No, we want to come and finish those projects. Which project is he referring to? Because as for now, there's literally nothing on the ground. That's why we are now calling upon for fresh leadership, so that Luna Amkalu Abakan fa vote Bakanyonyo. Lubata kuto fezali kazeo zoru zeni bulezi fa. Matata mezi, matata mikwakwa, maneni garbage collection. Amochoro ni ma clinics lubata kuya kwa asichaba sakanyonyo. Kakuri 40 billion yale okutemba ya CDF kibashirenga mangata, which was supposed to help watu bakanyonyo ma 4 years more. Kakuri that 40 million it used to come every year. Mashirenga lata chole king likaze one skies wa ma 4 years more. Kuri kachenule bakone ku kapasichaba sikone kusepa kulino likaze likaeziwa. So kona likupa vote kwa sichaba sakanyonyo kuri amuni talime kwa meto mi amuni fe vote ya mina kuri nikone kumiberekera kakuri ani tabeti sekuri nikone kuyemira mina sichaba sakanyonyo kikubona manyando mufita kuona mini manyando nifita kaonana ili Mshokabanji nitumezi
Luitumeza hulu kumina makandidates menenizi mwana mwa studio kachoko milu itumela ni kumina watu wakanyonyo na sepa mwikutwezi mi ni hamu ya ni halu ya kwaliketsa chwalo la 13th August na sepa mkapanga decision based kumova blelezi chabasamina kumova blelezi ma leaders bamina kumama mkavotela mi sina mbablele anga your vote is your secret kimna mbazo mkavotela kimna waziba wabambata kuli vamiemele bemboni kuli va nikaloko wabafateni va Kalu yemela yene li program yene muha ya Beyond the Ballot yeo yene featuring ma leaders makamba nibulele kuli ma councillors baba miemela baba yemi mwasi bakasa Kanyonyo Awards yenzi mwa MONGU Central neninzi niwo Mshokabanji muyaluka baba yemi first kwatasa Socialist Party mane ni tapalo baba yemi first kwatasa UPND litumeza olufa kutoba nilo nakache kufa program ye ya Beyond the Ballot. Thank you so much, our viewers, and I have been your host Kutemba Kamiji, and see you next time on the same program Beyond the Ballot, but with other candidates from the different wards. Again, keep watching Bulozi TV, the pride of Barose.
Thank you.
Bulozi TV.